Hello and welcome back. In the last episode, we made a mad dash across France to get to Spain.
This time we will take you on our journey across northern Spain to the start of the N2.
But first, I will give you the facts and figures of getting to Spain via France. We have compared the cost of travelling through France to the cost of direct ferry to Bilbao. The long drive down through France is £232.54 cheaper, but if you consider the amount of driving and the extra 3 days in the warm sun, I think it is worth the extra cost to go straight to Bilbao, but it all depends on your budget. 17 hours of driving is hard work for the equivalent of £13.68 an hour. You can decide for yourself.
Now, sit back and enjoy our journey across northern Spain. Our original intention was to stay in Bohobia in the car park as you cross the border bridge into Spain, but we decided it was not the place we would want to spend the night. So we had some lunch and then continued our drive to Onya, another 125 miles further into Spain. This brought our total travel distance for the day to 212 miles.
We enjoyed the journey to Onya as 3/4 of it was on motorway and the last quarter was on a very scenic road across the mountain plateaus. The scenery in parts was breathtaking, and at times we were the only vehicle on the road which continued straight ahead to the horizon. We could easily have been in America or Canada. Onya is a sleepy little village in the mountains just north of Burgos. It grew under the protection of the Monastery of San Salvador and the grace of the monarch. On arrival there, we found 2 bridges into the air, but one of them has a 3.5-ton weight limit, so be aware if you are in a large motorhome. What 3 words for the air is ponytail, hospitals, lounger. The air is quite new with full services and a level concrete base. Electric posts had just been installed but were not yet operational on our visit. It is situated alongside the riverbank and there is a children's park adjacent.
50 metres along the path there are paddle tennis courts available. The air is at the side of a cycleway and footpath running for 25 kilometres in each direction. This air is so pleasant we would suggest you plan to stay for 2 nights here. Some fellow YouTubers, Reds Go Travel, alerted us to this air and we are very grateful to them for it. If you don't already follow them, I suggest you look them up and subscribe to their channel. The little town of Onya is absolutely charming, as are its inhabitants. From the air you enter through an old archway called the Arch of Estrella. In days of old, people were charged a toll to pass through it, as it was the only way into the village. You come out of the arch into a lovely village square where the locals sit at the bars and spend their day chatting with neighbours. Everyone in the village knew one another, but you will not be made to feel out of place here. Just up the street in the top corner of the square you will find a bar selling scrumptious tapas. Every food and drink item on the table costs £1.10 each. The Monastery of San Salvador dates back to the 11th century and its construction continued for 300 years. Unfortunately, film and photography is forbidden inside the church, so you will have to come to see for yourselves. The monastery next door is now home to a textile and tapestry museum. There is also an outstanding 12th century Romanesque figure of Christ. Luckily, these bells only ran from 7 in the morning till 9 at night, so you could still get some sleep. We enjoyed a lovely walk northwards along the Verde Santander Mediterráneo. This footpath follows a disused railway, thus making it very level and easy to walk. Heading north, the green path will eventually bring you to Santander, 115 kilometres away. We managed 3.5 kilometres before turning back in the hot sun. Along this section, you pass through the river gorge of Sonya, passing through tunnels and over bridges as you go. The rock outcrop above this tunnel had a crevice which was being used by hundreds of swallows for nesting. You could see them entering and leaving their nest from below. There are old signal boxes and level crossings over the mountain road. Some of the tunnels are very long and dark, but they are a great place to practice your operatic singing. But don't worry, I won't offend your ears with my falsetto. Every time you exit a tunnel, you emerge into a new scene of natural beauty. After around 2.5 km, you come across a magnificent building sitting on the hillside. It is called La Sante, an old palace which belongs to one of the richest families of Burgos. Sorry about my pronunciation. Apparently, the locals call it Burgos, but for me, it will always be Burgos. Parts of the footpath deviate away from the old rail track and join wooden footways, which cantilever over the river in places. Also follows parts of the old mountain road through the gorge. It all adds up to a very relaxing walk in the countryside. On returning to the village from the walk, it is nice to sit back in the square again, eating good tapas and drinking tasty beer and riocas. What could be better? Good on you, Sonya. Sonya was our only stop in Spain on our way to Chaves in Portugal to start the N2. Join us next time when we start Portugal's epic touring route. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to support our channel. If you don't know how to subscribe using your device, please Google it and help us out.